Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's go through racks from LlamaIndex, which helps you to build the ChatGPT over your data all with natural language, right? If you just landed in this video, this is the third videos in a so-called series of videos where I'm explaining you how to create the GPTs. First one was how to create the GPTs from OpenAI, and the second one was the Open GPTs from LangChain, which is also inspired by the Assistance API and the GPTs from OpenAI. And this one is the third one, which is also inspired by the GPTs from the OpenAI. How the video will proceed is I will walk you step by step from how to clone this repository and how to deal with some bugs, or let's say if you face some problem when you go through the README file step by step. So the video might be a little bit longer. It will be a complete beginner's video. Let's go through it together. Let's get started. Okay, I'm on the GitHub repository. First thing, when you land into a GitHub repository, what I recommend you to do is just at a high level, go through the README, what it is about, right? Here it says it's the racks, and there is already a small demo being shown here. You can go and watch this. And here it says that racks is a StreamLit app that helps you create rack pipeline from the data source using the natural language, meaning that we will be providing some information in natural language. And there is a builder, or let's say builder agent, that takes care the heavy lifting behind the scene to create the rack pipeline, or let's say the StreamLit app in this case. So yeah, it says here that, okay, describe your task and all the different things. And here is the installation steps. We'll be going through this later. And once that is done, we can run the main home page and details overview. Let's go here. Okay, home page. It is shown here what is in the home page and what we can do. There is a builder agent that takes, as I said you before also, heavy lifting part, and the rack configuration. There is the builder agent in the previous section that we generate, and that will generate this rack configuration file, let's say in that way. And here you can provide all the different things: top K, chunk size, what are the LLMs, what is the embedding model you want to use, and so on, right? And then if this one is really important thing that you need to notice here, if you manually change parameters, you can press the update agent button in order to update the agent. But sometimes it does not show, meaning that our agent is not being created. I'll show you in the demo also. Here in the advanced, okay, generated RAG agent, there are three steps. From this README, we know that there is a home, and in the home page, we provide our natural language. And the second page is where the parameters can be set. And the third one is where the RAG agent is being generated, and we can have a conversation between the agent. Here is supported. It says here there are supported LLMs. GPT-4 variants will give the most reliable results. So we are going to use the GPT, let's say OpenAI in this case. And you can actually use different models if you want, but then some of the things just work with the OpenAI. So I'm going to go with the OpenAI model. But one thing which you need to notice here, as of today, December 4, it is mentioned here that currently we support either a single local file or a web page. So this is what we see from here, right? But when we go through the UI, what you can also do is customize things from there. And it is not mentioned here, but what I find, because in the LinkedIn post, it has mentioned that they have introduced this metaphor into this app, meaning that get a better experience than ChatGPT plus Bing. Metaphor is a search engine designed for LLMs. I will be also showing you this example, but there are some things that you need to be careful, which is not mentioned in the documentation. By the end of this video, you will be also able to use this metaphor. If you want to already create account, this is the metaphor. I will provide the link in the description of the video, and this is how it looks like. So rediscover the internet, and you can go here and ask questions. Let's say that you want to go to the news. Here is a recent news article about, and you can type AI and find. It will find all the information about AI. If you want to use the API, and that is what we are going to use, you can go to this API, and here you can get started by clicking this get started, meaning that get 1000 requests per month for free. You can go here and create the account already. I have already created the account, and this is how it looks like. I have already done some 5 searches already, and there is the API key. I'm going to use this API key in the app. That's the general intro already for you, what we are going to do. Now, what to do next, right? First thing first, what I recommend you to do is, if you do this locally, it's fine. You can just go here and then open in Code space or locally. But my recommendation for you is to fork this repository. So if you go here and click this, what this does is create a copy of this into your GitHub account, so that when you do some changes, you can already do in your branch. And let's say you want to contribute to this project, then you can create a pull request so that the changes that you made can be merged into the main Rax repository. I will just give the name Rax and I will just put as it is here. And I said here, create the main branch only. So I will do create fork, meaning that it will not take all the branches that were in the previous Rax repository. Okay, as you can see here, now we have our own Rax repo, which is forked from the Ron Llama Rax, meaning that you can just refer to the previous one. And then now we start working in this one, right? What I'm going to do here is open this in GitHub code space, because you don't need to set up anything. The main question that I see from the viewers is that, okay, this doesn't work in my machine and that machine. But for that reason, not to have any conflict, what I prefer doing here is go to this code space. By the way, you can completely do this locally also. This is the local, just copy this and git clone in your local machine. But I'm going to go with the GitHub code space here, and I will say create code space on main, meaning that it is going to now open a virtual machine somewhere. And this is the browser, let's say VS Code on the browser provided by GitHub code space. So you don't need to set up any environment here, meaning that you don't need to download Python, you don't need to download any of the other things which you need to do. Right here it says, okay, welcome. And as you can see here, this is the normal things. So it is all shown here. The same copy is now shown here. When this is done, now let's go through this getting started here, installation and setup. What it is saying here is clone this repo or project we did already. So meaning that when you open in the GitHub code space, that is similar to the cloning of the project or repository, and go into the Rax folder, project folder. We recommend creating a virtual env for dependencies. And the command is also shown here. You can just copy this. Yeah, Control C. And now it is taking some time. Okay, now it is done, right? But what I will do here, I will clear the screen. Now I will first check what is the Python version. So this is what I'm showing you step by step how to deal things, right? So it shows 3.10. So it is good for us. If I go here and paste this, so now I'm going to create a virtual environment, because it is saying here this is the good way to go. So let's just follow what is mentioned there. And how to activate this, it is not shown here how to activate this, right? So how to activate this, you can just, when you, by the way, run this command, there is this .venv created. Inside this, there is this bin folder. Inside that, there is the activate. That is how we activate the virtual environment. Now what I can do here is source.v, and I will type the tab in the keyboard. It will autocomplete. I will type b, autocomplete, and activate is there. If I run this, now the difference you see in the terminal is that there is this .venv in front of your name here, right? That means that we are inside the virtual environment, and whatever we install now will be inside this virtual environment. I will clear this screen. What is the next thing? It says we want to use the poetry. You need to make sure if you have poetry or not, right? So let me just search here if there is poetry or not. For that, you can type poetry -- version. Okay, there is no poetry. So we need to install the poetry. How to do that? Now let's go to our best friend Google and search here. Okay, what do we need to do? Install poetry in Ubuntu, because, or Linux, whatever you want to call it, right? That is the thing that is used in GitHub code space. But if you are using Windows, source for Windows, for Mac, it might be the same. So just go for that. And this is the first link shown here. If I go here, it says introduction, and there is this installation, right? So here, how can we install this? It says here that poetry requires Python 3.8 plus. We have 3.10. That is already fine. And it says here ppx can be used. There is this official installer, manually installing, CI recommendations also. By the way, ppx seems easier, right? But we need to make sure if we have ppx or not. Now I will go back to our GitHub code space. I will run ppx and dash dash version. Okay, we have ppx, meaning that we don't need to install the ppx now. What we can do now is just go to this UI and we'll just copy this, go back, and we will install Poetry. Control V. So now this is going to install Poetry. Once this is done, now what you can do is up arrow 2 times, 3 times, there is Poetry version. If I run this again, now we have the Poetry installed. So what we can do now is follow the next step. So we can just copy this, Control C, Control V, enter. Now this is going to install all the necessary packages which we need in this project. So by the way, when we run this, it is going to refer to this pyproject.toml, and then it is going to install the packages from here. Once this is done, it is saying here that by default, we use OpenAI for both the builder agent as well as the generated RAG agent. Add this in the home folder. Home folder, you can create already from the terminal, right? So, okay, now everything is done. I will clear the screen again. It says we need to create this, right? Let's go step by step. mkdir make directory dot StreamLit. When I run this, there is a StreamLit folder being created. Now we need to go inside that. cd dot StreamLit. And now we need to create that particular file called secrets.toml. So if you now go inside StreamLit, there is this secrets.toml. And here we need to paste our OpenAI API keys. How we need to paste is just copy this and go to this place. And now we need to replace this OpenAI key with our OpenAI API key. For that, I will provide the link in the description. We need to go to platform.openai.com, right? I'm going to create a new one, and I can give here rags just to know that it is used. Create secret key. I'm showing you this because I'm going to revoke this after this video. There's not a problem here. So I will just go here and paste this. Control S. Now that is saved. What is the next step we need to do? Once this is done, we can now run the app. That's what it is said here. But before we run the app, what we are trying to do is create the RAG pipeline. So we need to have some data here. What I'm going to do is use the same PDF file I used in my OpenGPT's video. That is the transcript of one of my videos. Here on the root folder, I'm going to upload that particular PDF file. Okay, as you can see here, there is this create-llama rag deploy virtual.pdf file being uploaded, and it says here it cannot read. If I do open anyway, it will ask us to open, right? What you can do if you want to open the PDF file in the VS Code is go to this extension, go here and search for PDF. It will show us different things which we want to use. I find that this PDF is easily accessible in the UI. I will install this. Once I install this, now I can actually open this PDF file already in the VS Code in the browser. So as you can see here, now you can go through this. There are 4 pages. Here is the transcript of the video. So this is what we are going to ask the questions. And one thing to notice is I have injected small text here inside this file, which is called the price of 5 kg of apple, and orange is 20 and 25 euro respectively, because this is something which is not in the transcript. So I will ask this question if this RAG will be able to find the answer or not. Let's close this one. Now we can run this. Let's copy this. Control C. I will go here. I need to be in the root folder because now I am inside the .StreamLit. I need to go back, right? cd dot dot. I will go one step back. Now I am on the root folder, and I will just paste that and I will press enter. So now it is going to start the StreamLit app for us, as you can see here. And there is a link being opened in the browser. I will open this in the browser. Let me keep it here again. So now, yeah, this is the StreamLit app. And as you can see here, there are 3 different pages. This is the home page. There is RAG config. There is a generated RAG agent. This is where we can now have a conversation with this to create the agent, right? So it says here, okay, this all the different things which is mentioned here. The question here is, what RAG bot do you want to build? If I go back here, I will just copy the path of this And what I'm going to ask here is, I want to build a chatbot for this PDF file, and I will paste the link or the copy path of that particular file. So it is going to now take that PDF file and do all the things like chunking things and whatever things it needed to do in the RAG things. Okay, it is great. The data from the PDF file has been loaded successfully. Now let's proceed with the next step. Would you like to create a system prompt for the chatbot based on the specific task? If so, please provide me with the task description, right? It will now create the system prompt for us. By the way, just to show you that if you now go to this RAG config, there is no system prompt, but there is this file path already taken, and there is this top K is 2, chunk size is 1024, default embed model, default LLM is being used. We can also change this, right? So, and if you go to generated RAG agent, it is not created yet, because when we complete all the steps in the home page, then that will be created. What we can give the task description is, I want, let's say, answers from my uploaded file. That's it. Now it will create the system prompt based on this, but for you, you can just provide many information based on your specific use cases. Now what it is going to do is create the system prompt for us. By the way, when this is doing in the UI, so it says the system prompt has been created to guide you this, right? And now if you go to the RAG config, as you can see here, there is already the system prompt being provided. And now you can go here and provide additional things also. And yeah, that's it. And still, as I said you before also, there is no update agent because agent is not created yet, meaning that we haven't completed all the steps here. So it says here, next we can configure the retrieval RAG pipeline parameters. What I want to do here is use top K3 and chunk, let's say chunk size 500, because it is using 2 as well as 1024, right? I want to make it top K3 and chunk size 500, meaning that, as you can see here, how we are going through step by step, similar to how we did in the GPTs in OpenAI. We are providing the information and it is creating in the behind the scene all the things for us. Okay, this is done. We are now ready to build the agent. Would you like to proceed with creating the agent, or is there anything else you would like to configure or add before we do? Now we are good to go. I said no, meaning that it will create the agent for us. Now once the agent is being created, it will appear on the left side here, and now we know that the agent is being created. And when this is running, if you go back to the terminal, everything is also shown in the terminal here. As you can see here, there is this different function calling happening behind the scene. We are uploading the file, and the next there is provide answers based on the content. It is providing all the information, so you can see what is happening behind the scene also when we ask questions in the StreamLit UI. As you can see here, it says the chat agent has been successfully created, and now there is this agent on the left side. Now if we go to the RAG config, as you can see here, the system prompt is here, and there is this file, and I will show you how to do this with the include summarization also, because it only works for GPT-4. Because if we ask to summarize, it will not provide, but if we click this, it will provide. I will show you that. And also this web source is what I told you before about the metaphor. Yeah, now as you can see, this is the update things 500, and now there is update and delete agent, meaning that we can update this. Just to show you, I can rename this, right? I will go here and I will say agent Rex. And what I do now, I need to update because it is not reflected here. I need to go down here in update the agent. Now this is updated agent Rex. This is how you can now update once everything is provided from this home page. Now we go to the generated RAG, and now we can ask the question here. Just to make sure it is connected to the LLM, it's already, but I can just say hi. It will reply us something. Okay, how can I assist you? Now let's go and ask the same questions I asked before, because the create-llama is not in the default LLMs. It is just in the PDF file, right? I will say here, what is create-llama? I have already created the video before. and I have shown how to deploy things there. And as you can see here, it says vector tool with arguments, create-llama. So it is going to sort from our PDF file and provide the information for us. So that is what we call RAGs, right? We provide extra information. As you can see here, it says create-llama refers to the process demonstrated in a video titled this. It involves creating RAG using LlamaIndex, and this is a CLI tool and so on. So it works. Now let's ask the small thing that I injected in the PDF file. What is the price of 5 kg of apple? It is not, because if it goes just to the normal LLM things, it will say that it might differ. But we have there 20 euro. So you see the price of 5 kg of apple is 20 euro. If you need further assistance or having any questions, feel free to ask. That's great. We find the answer from both of that. Now let me ask, provide the summary, right? Provide the summary of the PDF file. So let's see if it provides the summary for us or not, because we haven't ticked the summarization tool. It says that I apologize for the confusion, but it seems there is a misunderstanding. I don't currently have access to PDF file to provide a summary. If you have a PDF file uploaded, this and this, I can say here, okay, provide the summary of the uploaded file. Let's say if you understand or not, because it says that, okay, I cannot go to the PDF file, but it might know about the uploaded file. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't have the capacity to detect or assess the file uploaded by the users. It didn't. Okay, but what I can say here is just provide the summary. Let's see if it's understand or not, because this is, as I say, this is open source attempts and this is updating day by day. So when you watch this video, there might be some improvements already. I apologize for the confusion, but as an AI developed by OpenAI, I don't have the ability to directly access the files. That's great. But what we can do now is go to RAG config, and there is this summarization, right? Include summarization only works for GPT-4. You need to have access to GPT-4, and I can say update the agent. So now the update is being updated to use the summarization. Now let me go and ask the same thing here. Okay, provide the summary. Control C, Control V, Shift, and then enter. Okay, I'm sorry, but you haven't provided a PDF file. Again, it does not understand. What I can say again is, okay, what is the price of 5 kg of oranges? Let me see if it knows from the PDF file or not that I have uploaded in the context. Because okay, to provide the price of 5 kg of oranges, I would need to specific information contained with the PDF file. Since the PDF file provided, I cannot extract the information. So it now kind of hallucinates, because before it provides the answer for us, but now then it just goes away from this, right? But yeah, that's all. But what I can say here is, can you provide the summary of the file only? Let's say if it understands or not. If not, what we can do is we can create a new agent. Okay, it does not know, right? Let's go here. Let's go to the new create agent. Agent not created. I can go to the home page, and here I can say, okay, let's create a new agent, if it understands or not, right? So great. To get started with creating new agent, I will need to know the specific task you want to agent to perform. So I will say here, okay, upload the, or I can say here is, okay, create a chat bot again using the following file, and I will again go to this. I will go here, copy this, copy path. I will go back here and then just provide this information. So it is going to think again and create a new agent for us. I think this is the right way I'm doing how to create the agent, because we need to go to this page, because I didn't see any place to provide information. But I think I'm doing the right thing. This is what you do, that you try with one thing and it doesn't work, you go with the next one and try, right? Create a chatbot using this. And by the way, what is happening when I do this in the background? Okay, in the background it's going through and it is not getting the information. As you can see here, okay, your task to perform this. Okay, it is going through this now again. Let me see. Okay, the system prompt for the chat has been created. It is created. Would you like any parameters? I can say now already that include the summarization. So meaning that it will already tick the summarization part for me when the agent is being created. Before it was not created or it is not ticked, right? Let's say include the summarization. Yeah. Now it asks me, okay, the current drag parameters include options for summarization, the number of documents, this. We can set the include summarization parameters to true. Would you like to adjust any other parameters? I can say no, right? So that means that it will go through that parameters, and then now it will include the include summarizations also to true. Now it's the rag parameters has been updated. I can say no. So now it will create the new agent for us. As you can see here, there is the new agent. It is created. If I go to this new agent, or I can go from this rag also. So this is the new agent being created. Your task is to create a chatbot. And as you can see here, this is now already being ticked. So what we can do now is go to the, let's select this one and let's go to the generated drag agent. And we can go here and ask, because now I'm going to this newly created, right? So what I can do here is, can you provide the summary? I'm just saying just these things. Can you provide the summary? Okay, now as you can see, I'm sorry, but you haven't provided any content to summarize. Could you please provide the text or topic you want to summarize? It is asking me something, but let's see if it provides some answer or not, right? So it is calling the function summary tool, but let's see if it understands what I am trying to do, because we are just testing this, right? So it is thinking here, okay, I apologize for the confusion. No, it does not provide. I can say now I will improve the prompt, right? Can you provide the summary of the uploaded file from where I can ask questions? Let's say, okay, I'm sorry, but as a text-based chatbot, I don't have the capability to access or summarize uploaded files directly. So it does not know. But what I can still say is, what is the price of 5 kg of apple? Does it know? Because it should still go through that particular PDF file and get the answer. Okay, the price of the, okay, it gets the answer, but it is not providing the summary, right? That is quite strange. So what I can do here is summarize the context. Summarize the, what can I say? Because it is not getting the summarization part, right? Summarize the, what can I say? Summarize the file that was uploaded when creating the agent. If I say this, maybe it will know. Let's see. Summarize the file that was uploaded when creating the agent. I'm sorry, meaning that it is not going through that path. Let's not go through this in depth, but it should, by the way, include the summary. But maybe then it is not going through this GPT-4, but it is, because I have the access. But yeah, for some reason it is not working the summarization part. But maybe it might work for you. Just give a try. But as a last step, what I will try to do here is also include this wave sorts. What I can do here is I will do here wave sorts, and then I will update this. It says here some error message. It says here, okay, there is no metaphor key, right? We need to provide the metaphor key, because this is not mentioned in the documentation. So I'm just showing you what happens if you just provide that. We need to have that key. I will just copy this first. I will go back to this. Where is this? Stream secrets. I will go here and just paste metaphor key equals to, and then I need to get the key. So I will go to this metaphor website, and you need to have the account already. I will copy this and I will go back here in the page. I will paste here. By the way, this one I will revoke again. It's fine. I'm showing you this here. So I save this now. Okay, now we save the metaphor key, right? So what I'm going to do now is go to this StreamLit app, and now we have this agent racks already being created for us, right? What I will do here is, here I will include this web source. Let me see what happens if I use this wave underscore is SEARCS. I can type, right? I will do this. And then what I will do is update the agent. It still says, okay, metaphor Python is not there, meaning that we don't have that particular, let's say, the package, right? But it is not mentioned anywhere because if you go here and if you go to this project.toml files, the metaphor is not here. Metaphor Python package, because we need to have the metaphor Python package in order to deal with the API keys. So what we can do is we can create a new shell here, and first you need to activate the virtual environment. What I will do is source dot venv bin activate, so that it is activated. What I will do here is, by the way, if you want to add new packages with poetry, what you can do is poetry add meta for Python. So that is what it is mentioned. I will add this. Notice that it will be added somewhere here, as you can see here, because if you need to add something if you use pip, it is pip install. But if you use the poetry, you can say poetry add and then add this. You can refer to the documentation for in-depth knowledge. But now we have this, right? What we can do now is, as you can see here, it says no module metaphor Python. But now we have the Python metaphor Python. Now if I go again back here, I will refresh this page. Let me see if it is there or not. Now what happens is that we don't have our agent. It's gone. There is no agent. What we need to do now is again go here and run the app. I can go here. I will do Control C, stop this, and I can do here and run again. I will open in the browser. I will go here, and now it is running. And now we need to create the again. But one thing now, what we can do here is again build the RAG bot. Let's build, no problem, because that's how we learn as we go. I will copy the path. I will go here. I will just go here and say, okay, create a chat bot for this PDF file. I will say PDF file now. And then that is the path I provided. Now it will create these things. But now what I'm going to do is include the summarization, include the web search, all the things when I create this RAG, so that it knows what I'm doing, right? First, let's create the chatbot. We are having the conversation with the LLMs, right? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You need to do trial and error. This is done. What I will do, okay, it says great, we have successfully loaded this. And here is this include summarization. So it says here are some of the parameters. What we can do is just leave all of those things. But what I can do here is, okay, include the summarization, wave search, and top K to be 3. Let's say like that. And now it should include the summarization, meaning that it should tick the summarization. It should already include the web search, and also the top K must be 3 instead of 2. Okay, it says that all of these things have been included. We are now ready to build the chatbot. Would you like to proceed? Or is there anything? Is there anything? No. Let's do not. Now it will create the agent, and let's ask the same questions. Now we can ask all the questions, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, the agent is being created. We can go to the rack config. So here, as you can see, the include summarization is also being ticked. Web source is there. We have our metaphor Python package also being installed. Top K is 3. Chunk size 1024. If you want to update from here also, you can go here and update. That's what I'm showing you. You can update from anywhere. I can say 500, update. It will be updated, right? And now what we can do is go to this generated RAG agent. And here let us ask one question first. What is create-llama? I just want to know that it is going through that updated file. What is create-llama? It will go through that. It says here web agent with arguments. What is create-llama? By the way, it is saying web agent, but we don't want the web agent. We want the tool to extract from that information, right? What I'm seeing here is that it depends which agent it is taking, because we don't want the web agent, because if we use the web agent, it is going through the web source, right? So it says create-llama refers to llama, this. As you can see here, it is giving just random stuffs here because it does not know what to do things, and there is no CLI things mentioned because it is gone through the web agent. And it seems that we cannot use the web agent as well as the other questions for some reason. But what if I say, what is create? Or by the way, what I can do here is I can go to this agent, And I will say, okay, there are many things mentioned here, but what I will say here is answer first from the uploaded document, and if not found, do other stuffs. Let's just provide this if it works or not, because sometimes that's what the prompt needs for LLMs. Now I can go back here and I will ask the same question. Control C, Control V, enter. Let's see if it goes through the web agent or, okay, now as you can see here, it goes through the vector tool with arguments. That's the power of prompt engineering you see here, because now it must provide us the answer called create-llama, because first it will go through the uploaded file, find the information. If not, it will go through the other tools. Yeah, now it says, okay, create-llama is a CLI tool. That's correct. We get the answer. Now let us ask the summarization. Can you summarize the uploaded file? Let's see if it knows now that we are asking the same thing from that uploaded file or not, because we have the summarization being ticked and then we have uploaded the file, right? Let's see if it goes through it or not. I haven't seen, okay, it is not showing any function calling right now. Let's see if it works or not. There might be some bug, but let's see if it provides the answer or not. And I will ask one question from the web agent also. So let's say that weather of Helsinki or something like that, right? Or we can say anything related to the web search things. It is still thinking. What happens in the terminal? Okay, create llama. Okay, it provides the answer create llama, and this one it is still going through. So this create llama was just hallucinated and provided random things here, right? And now if we go here, okay, it is still thinking, but let's see if it provides the answer or not. By the way, this video is taking little bit longer, but what I'm trying to show you here is this is how we do things. Okay, now it just procs. So it says here, okay, server error, this. It is not providing the answer for us. And what happens in the background? It is just showing some random things. But let me ask one more question when this is showing the error also. What is the weather of Helsinki? Let me see if it provides or not. It needs to go through the web. Okay, it works. But as you can see here, there are some bugs here and there, but we need to deal with it. Or if you can fix it, it's good. Or sometimes it's just the LLM thinks that it does not connect each other and it throws the error. I said here, okay, web agent. Now, as you can see here, I say the weather of Helsinki and it goes through the web agent. That is good, right? Current weather. And from this also, you can see that none of the open source attempts are that good as the OpenAI GPTs, of course, because that's how it works currently, but it might change in the future. To get the current weather in Helsinki, you can check various weather forecasting websites or services. These sources provide up-to-date information. And here it does not provide the list. But if we go to the terminal, as you can see here, it got many output here. So it provides 7 different links for us to check the weather of Helsinki. Let me try the first one. It says Finnish Meteorological Institute. And let me click this link and if it takes me to the right one or not. Okay, it takes me to the right one and it is showing the weather of Helsinki here. Meaning that it works, but it is not showing here on the UI itself. That's fine. At least it gets the answer from there. Okay, I will not make this video any more longer, but when I run these things, if you now go to the Metaphor website and refresh the page, you can see that how many sorts you made because there was 1000 limit. As you can see here, now it is updated to 6 because I did one latest web sorts. You can use this if you want. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and play around with this. And the good part here is that whatever I show you today, it take quite long, but then we are just debugging things and going step by step, right? Just try it yourself, and this is good project in a way because you can just provide your natural language questions and it gives the answer. And the prompt engineering part is also handled by default because we just attempt that you want to provide, okay, provide me these kind of things and it will provide the answer. Just play around with this. Let me know in the comment section how you feel. And if you want to contribute something, what I recommend you to do is go to these Ron Llama racks and then contribute if you find that you can improve something there. Now what I do is Control C. I can stop this. Once that is stopped, now if I refresh this, it will not run because the server is being stopped. I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.